Good morning to Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, everybody. Today is not a working day, but yesterday I wasn't around and the guys did work, so they worked some of the day. So I could say technically yesterday was day 302 and a half. We had the supervisor in, the painter in, and a couple of new guys that were meant to be undertaking a wall build. Anyway, I thought I'd obviously just report in today and just show you what they did. So today's not a working day, but obviously yesterday certainly was. So let me show you quickly what they did. Before I do that, obviously, if you could do the usual, like and subscribe to the channel. I am trying to potentially look at branding the channel this week, so there might be a few changes. So if there is, forgive me. But yeah, let me start off by showing you what they actually did. So the shower wall was done, but it's a very rough trowel plastic. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for a smooth finish. That is not smooth. Far from smooth, in fact. So that's something we're going to have to redo. But fair play, at least he got it done. That's great. He also painted in and around some of these, but you can see where the paint's quite new now, so we're going to have to give that a good old lick. But he's tried to obviously get this all taken in as well, which is good. Anywhere where there was some framing not quite right, he's redone, which is obviously all good. I think over here I did see this being redone as well. So you've got the actual the steps down here painted white, which is nice, and he's got along here redone. And again, where we had all this reconcreted, he's redone here as well, which is good. So he's done the first few coats on there. I've asked him potentially to run some white all the way around here, like I said the other day, so we might look at getting that done this week, we'll see. But yeah, he's put the first coat on here, which is good. And then we can obviously see where the actual markings are, where the mortar's been done, and we can decide whether we're going to sand it or leave it. In here, the guys were meant to be coming to build the wall, which I'll show you in a second, but there was a few teething issues with that. So rather than waste time, we had them come in here and plaster all the way around. So that was done yesterday, which is all good. So again, to a certain extent, you know, we can't do anything now until the ceiling comes down. So we've got another 10, 12 days. But when that comes down, then we can certainly start looking at getting the ceiling tuber forward and plasterboard with all the electrics in, and that will be the next stage. I don't know if there was a great deal done out here yesterday because there was nothing really to do, but that bit there's still got to be done. So that is pretty much the last part that needs to be done. I'm not too sure why that wasn't done, but that's got to be done. And they've also got to just find in here somewhere there's a conduit for one of the lights or the security. That's got to be done as well. Other than that, it was business as usual yesterday. I'm not too sure how many people were in. But yeah, so the plastering is good news. Now, one of the things we were meant to be doing yesterday was taking the wall up by 3 courses. The first thing we had to do was to establish whether the wall itself had concrete put inside the bores from the previous builder. So we were taking the cap off to establish that, and then once we established that, we could work out what we needed to do. But from what we can see so far, which I'll show you now, there seems to be a beam. So we're not too sure whether the bores are full of concrete, but what they have done is they put a concrete beam which will have rebar in it all the way across the top, and that will be tied into the columns. So basically what should be happening, there should be a base beam, rebar coming up both columns, and then a block wall built, which sometimes they fill of concrete, and then they beam across the top. So at least we have a beam. So the guys cut into it and couldn't see a way of getting into it at all. So we know it's a reasonably deep beam, which means the good news means that we can now just go up 3 courses on top of that. So the aim is going to be on Tuesday to get my guys to build these columns up to height and to put 3 blocks in there and get both of them plastered either side. So that's going to be the aim for Tuesday. So the bricklayers that we have on site are now pretty much done with that, apart from that front piece. Then they're going to get onto that wall, and they're going to take this wall 3 levels all the way down to here, which is where we started our wall off the back of that, where that column sticks out. So all of this would be 3 all the way high. So the guys weren't able to crack on with the wall, so we just got them in there plastering instead, which is good. So at least yesterday there was something done and something achieved. What I need to decide now is, once we've actually got most of the concreting finished, then we can get a lick of paint on there just to try and brighten things up a little bit more. You know, obviously everyone on here is going to say, don't do it until you finish because you're going to do it, and you're right, shouldn't do it. but at the moment it's a bloody eyesore, and I want it white. So once that's done, then we can establish what we're going to do, and I think what we're going to do is going to cover the building with white trowel plastic. However, I'm not using trowel plastic if it's going to keep on being like it is out there. So on the actual on the shower wall itself, that's the finish I'm not looking for. I'm looking for this smooth white. That's what I'm looking for. So if I can get a smooth trowel plastic and we can get it white, then absolutely great, I'm in. So we shall see whether we can get that done or not. Other than that, obviously nothing's happening today, and I don't think anything's happening tomorrow either, so we'll be back in Tuesday. So at this present time, no more work for the weekend. Enjoy your Easter and your chocolate. We'll be back in bright and breezy on Tuesday morning, where we will continue with the wall and start getting the liquor paint on everything in here. So I'll update you as and when that happens. Again, whilst you're here, help me, like and subscribe, get some comments going. Thanks for the comments that have taken place in the last couple of days. I've responded to most of them today. And there's anything anyone wants to see or anyone wants to ask, then let me know. I see a few of you watching the older videos from sort of around the 100 mark. It's quite amazing to see what we've actually done in that time. So enjoy those and ask any questions you have in the meantime. Take care, and I'll speak soon.